Good morning. Today we're outside in the garden. When we bought the house, there was a lot of land on it, obviously, but I decided that I was going to pick up gardening, something that I always wanted to do, but I didn't have enough space for it. And here, if you look, this is garlic. And the way that I do it here in California, because we don't have enough cold to sustain garlic too well, because it needs a cold period, I put it in the fridge for several months beforehand. Starting in like September, I put it in the fridge, and then I take it out around November-ish and plant it because that's when it's actually the coldest, or it kind of goes into our cold season, and then that way it can get that cold period that it needs to set roots. And then now, as you can see, we're kind of starting to get to like January-ish time where it starts to, yes, it's still cold, but it'll warm up a little bit, and so they're starting to come up. They're still, very, very baby, very delicate. But today we're gonna do a little bit of stuff around the garden. As you can see, it's fairly clean, but I'm gonna pull some weeds and kind of clean up the edges of the garden because I use like a hoe or like a rototiller. Here is one of my planters that I use for like cucumbers or melons. This is a raised bed here that I made with scrap wood when we took apart our back patio. This is stuff that I'll put like eggplants or other little things that are like a little more sustained. And then my pride and joys here, my citrus trees. So I've been growing these bad boys for about 2.5 years now. They're all different kinds, um, and they're all from cuttings that I took from other trees, trees that I know and that I've seen, and they produce well. Um, like, let me see, that one in the far corner right there is from the lemon tree from the house I grew up in. These three in the front right here are from my neighbor's lime tree. Over here, these two here are key lime, and this one too. Key lime from Jessica's cousin's house. Um, this little poor little guy is a grapefruit. He's kind of struggling. He's been struggling for a long time, and yeah, um, this is technically an orange, but uh, I've not had success with him. Um, but trying our best out here. But yeah, and then if we keep coming over here, you'll see kind of a lot of weeds and a lot of these little stubby things. But these are um, chili plants, and I'm basically overwintering them. So to do that, you cut back um, most of the stems and a lot of the leaves, and you keep these like stubs like this. And I still water them, just not as much, and that's so that the roots stay alive. And the idea is that next year, once it's time to grow again, they will have a head start on everybody else because they're already in the ground. They already have a root system developed, and they already have some stems ready to go. I did this before with bell peppers, and it worked pretty well. Sorry, technical difficulties. A bee landed on my chest. But yeah, so that's kind of what the garden looks like right now. We got to do a lot of cleanup, obviously. So that's what we're gonna work on today. There's a lot of cleanup that needs to be done on the whole yard, but we're gonna start at the garden and move outwards. Something else I want to show you guys are two of my lemon trees that I've been growing for a little bit longer than the other ones that I have in the planters. These have been growing for 3 years. The other ones are like 2.5. And this bad boy is basically a shrub at this point, and will produce flowers. So this one's getting ready this year to grow up to give its first flowers here. And then if we come this way, you'll see this one as well. And I picked these pots because they're decorative, and I plan to keep these lemon trees in these pots for a while until we decide where to plant them. Kind of like the way they look like this, just hanging out in their planters. They're about waist high, getting kind of close to chest high, but they're beautiful. They have these wonderful colors because they're giving out new leaves, and they will be producing flowers this year and potentially giving a couple of lemons each. And then next year they'll be basically mature at that point, and we'll give anywhere from 20 to 50 lemons, depending on how big I let them get. All right, that's what it's looking like so far. Pretty good. All the way around to the whole garden. Got rid of all the weeds. Obviously those weeds over there on the other side of the fence, I'm just gonna spray those as weed killer. I don't want to get weed killer too close to the rest of my plants. So it looks like basically move the fence that way, got the weeds out, and then move the fence back the other side, went inside and got the weeds out on that side. But yeah.
This is our lemon tree that came with our house. Say hi, Whistle Girl. Say hi, Tiki Bean. Say hi, Canela. These are our kitties. But yeah, I'm gonna cut the lemons off of here because it's dragging. I know you can't tell, but hopefully when I'm done you can see that it's actually supposed to be a little bit more plump. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and then I'll show you the aftermath. So this is where we're at now. We did do some trimming as well as pick the fruit. This is kind of what I got. A lot of them. Maybe I'll make lemon juice. Who knows? And then Sal decided that he was gonna take one of the branches that he pulled out and plant it in here. So we'll see if it grows. But I know he also has 2 more lemon trees in the back that he's growing homemade.